Oh, what is up, guys? It's your boy No Risk, No Premium, back with another episode of the Market Overview, guys. Today, if you were in the Wolves of Wealth community and you listened to the Sunday sermon yesterday, what did we say we were going to be looking for yesterday? I mean, this happened to a T almost. We said, watch for this 43.50 level to get really tricky. And what we're going to watch for here is we're going to watch for this liquidity grab. We're going to see if we're going to bait some people and bounce this thing back up. And what happened? Exactly that. So we just sat on the call side all day. It was very nice. Okay. And it happened. So what does that mean now for tomorrow and the rest of the week? Well, it means we might have a little bit of a relief bounce, recovery bounce, whatever you call it, dead cat. I don't care. We could have a little bit of an uptrend to maybe back to some MAs, maybe back to some breakdown levels. We have some gaps to fill on some of the indices. Very much could happen. What do we do know that could happen for sure is tomorrow we got the data. Tomorrow we've got data. Housing price index, that comes 30 minutes before market open. Then we might have a bunch of consumer sentiment, new home sales, 30 minutes into the market open. You guys see that here. That's something you'll definitely want to be paying attention to if you're a 30-minute rule person like me, for the most part. Probably want to let that data play out because they'll probably trap both sides. We'll get some wicks down, some pops, some drops before any true, direction with any continuation. So that comes 30 minutes. That's all we have to really worry about for tomorrow, though. All right, that's all we have to really worry about for tomorrow. So my plan here, let's get down to some smaller time frames. I think the 4-hour looks pretty good here. All right, looking at the 4-hour, if we zoom it in, we could see, right, got that nice liquidity grab. So for tomorrow, let's see if dips into really, I mean, we could come back as low as 43.50 to still make a higher low. So, but I'm going to watch this 43.67 area. I like this area in here. Let's watch for the dips into this zone to hold. Okay, dips into this zone to hold. If they hold, let's see if we get a retest of our 4,400. 4,400. Let's look for 4,400. Above 4,400, 44.20, 44.40. Levels are pretty simple. They're by 20s. Okay, they're pretty much by 20s on the ES chart. So we know this 4,400 would serve for a simple rejection initially. Okay, anyone from about 44.95 up to 4,400. Initially, let's see if we get a gap up. If we get a gap up here, I would think we'd get a little rejection, fill the gap, and see if we can find a higher low, right? To see if we can come back up and sweep back up to these 4,400 levels. I don't think that there's much of a, because we took out last week's low and then reclaimed it. Is everybody trapped short down here? It's very possible. So let's see. I'm looking for dips into 44.68 or 43.50, just depending where we open. If we could get a boot and scoot and tune up to 4,400, 44.20, 44.40 above that is where I'm be looking. I'm not interested in shorting unless we take out the low of the week. Okay, unless we take out the low of the week, I'm not interested in shorting the lows down here. I would look for rejects at 4,400, 44.20, 44.40. That's where I look for initial rejects there. All right, SPY chart. Let's go to the daily just because it looks pretty good. We can see here what happened last time. Was this candle looks awfully familiar to this candle, right? You gap down into a big level, right? And scoot your way back up. That's kind of what happened here. We gapped down, then we made our way back up. So we're not out of the woods, though. Got to take out 432. Got to take out and hold 432 to open up 434. And as you can see, we do have a huge gap up here at 436. So 434 is Friday's high, right? Take out 434 opens up the gap fill, 436 to 438. Okay, but I'm going to be watching to see, can we get dips? Okay, can we get dips into this 431 level to hold? We could go as low as 430, but 431 would be great. See if we can take out 434. 436 opens up the gap to 438.50. Not interested in shorting unless we're underneath the low of the week, because that still opens up about a few points of downside. I like down to 425. There's a gap to fill down to 423. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. QQQ. Oop, have the Fibby on it for today from trading it. Sorry about that. Let's get it up here. Working really nice level to level, right? Right down to this 355-ish level. I mean, pretty much 356. Held at 357.50, got right back up to where? 360. 360. So let's look. Can we get dips into 357.50 to hold, or do we break and hold this 360? The upside opens up 362. 362 takes a gap to 364. Not interested in shorting unless under 354. Why? Because let's take a look. If we zoom out and look left, Zoom out and look left. What do we see here? Big bounce zone. So we're bouncing just above it. I think there's buyers left over here to defend. Underneath it, a lot of room to fall, 348, 346 areas. So plenty of room to short if we can get underneath this 354 level. But until then, I'm not going to be looking too short unless it's at 362, right? This gap fill level, which we need to edit this on the daily. Sorry about that. I'll just do that while you guys are here. All right, let's edit this zone. Okay, there you go. There's your gap fill. Okay, so we're looking at 362 opens up that 364.65 level. If we can get that, let's look for the retest of the 369 breakdown zone, right? I think that's reasonable. Okay, I think that's reasonable. So really quickly, just to overview the QQQ chart, we're going to be watching what? We're going to be watching dips into 357.50 to hold, 357.50 to hold, or break and hold 360, kind of above it now, but let's see if we can hold it. 360 opens up 362 gap fill, takes us to 364.65. Above that really opens up this move to this breakdown area up here. As we can see, 369 is going to be that area, guys. IWM, last but not least, let's go to the daily chart here. We see big head and shoulders kind of playing out, but got right back down to this 375-ish level, and we bounce, right? And we bounce. So now what are we going to do? It's going to look just like the other charts here, right? We got to get back above 178. Really, 178.79 gap fill really opens this thing back up to 180. Have to get that gap fill, but if not, let's see. Are we going to watch for some dips to hold, right? Let's see if we get some dips to hold, right, of this 175.76 level, call it 176, or we get the break and hold of Friday's high would be big. Friday's high will be big. Pretty much today's high will be big. Anything over 178 would open up that gap fill, I believe, and take us back to 180. From there, I'm not interested in getting short unless we're under the weekly low here, which is this week's low now, which would open up this 372, the old bottom of the balance zone, 371, 372. I'd look for a bounce in that zone if we got down there. Don't forget, data 30 minutes into the market open, guys. You got to wake up early, get your levels right, and of course, not do anything fucking stupid. We'll see you bright and early. Peace.